Well, hello everyone. My name is Lynnette Stevens, and I hope that the idea I share with you tonight will encourage you to be creative and to create a cozy home. I hope you guys have all had a good day. It's Friday, so that's good news. I actually had a very productive day today. I got a lot of things accomplished in my craft room that I've been needing to get done. So that made me super happy. So each day that I get to spend in here getting some things done gets me that much closer to being able to share my craft room with you guys. So I'm super excited about that. Plus, it'll just be nice when I know where everything is. So there's that. Anyway, when you guys hop on, if you would say something just to let me know that you're here. And then I like to see who's on too, because it always makes me happy to see you guys hop on. All right, guys, so a little bit of prep talk before we start our craft tonight. And that is, I'm going to be real honest with you guys. I am not very good about decorating for Easter. I'm really not. And over the last few years, I've thought about that, and I think, why is it? Hi, Karen. I'm so glad you could join me, dear. So I think, why is it that I don't really decorate for Easter much? And I think I figured out, maybe, I guess last year, why I think that is. And I think it's because I'm not, and you guys, this won't surprise you if you followed me for a while, I'm not really into pastel colors. If you are, that's awesome, but I'm just not. And so many of the Easter decor items that I go and look at the store, you guys know the majority of them are pastel colored, or at least for the majority of my adult life they have been. Now, in the last couple of years, I'm seeing more and more neutral colored Easter decor items that I do like. But I really think that's why I haven't done much for Easter all through the years. So I decided this year I might try making some of my own Easter decor items and see if I can convince myself to get a little motivated to decorate for Easter. So hi, Joanne. Joanne, I think you're going to love this idea, girl. I think this has you written all over it. We'll see. But anyway, oh, you might have to put a boho spin on it though, girl. But anyway, okay, so here's what I decided. I'm going to start making some of my own decor. See if that'll motivate me to get some Easter thing going on. But I'm going to be real honest with you guys. Tonight's project, I plan on using year round. Well, I say year round. I'll probably use it from now until at least the time that I put my fall decor out. All right, so for the majority of the year, I plan on using this guy because I'm going to put a little bit of a country spin, if you will, a little bit of a rustic spin on tonight's project so that I can use it year round and not just say it's a spring item or an Easter item. So I hope that this encourages you guys to do something very similar so that you can come up with tonight's project, but do it in the colors and style that would match your decor. So we'll go ahead and get started. Hi to Jen and Amy. Amy, I think you're another gal that's really going to love tonight's project, and even the colors that I've chose to use. I think you're going to like these. And listen, girls, if you're into the florals or brighter stripes or whatever, take my idea and put your own spin on it, all right? I realize not all of you like the exact same style I do. I just hope that I encourage you and give you an idea of something that you can make to use in your home. So, hi, Kelly, you're so sweet. Thank you, dear. All right, guys, so the very first thing we're going to be using is this cute little bunny cutout. Now, if you guys have been to Dollar Tree, you may have already seen these. Dollar Tree has these right now. 5 bunnies in a pack for $1. So I've got 20 cents in this guy. And I'll be honest, I thought about doing just a page out of an old book. So there's an idea for somebody. I was going to do the old page. You guys know I like using those. But when I really sat and thought about it, I think for my decor and my style, I opted for, it's not even paper at all, you guys. It's fabric. All right, let me get this guy up. It's fabric. It is basically looks like kind of like the old-fashioned pillow ticking, and I absolutely love it. So what I did, guys, I used the fabric just like we would if it was paper. All right. So I just turned to the back side of my fabric so that you wouldn't see my pencil marks. I laid my bunny down, traced around it with my pencil, and cut that out. I went ahead and did that ahead of time so that you guys wouldn't have to sit and watch me do that step. Okay, so that's what I did to get to this point. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Mod Podge, all right? And you guys know, if you've followed me for a while, that I like putting my Mod Podge on just with a sponge brush. And you guys, I wash it out right after I'm done, and I keep reusing. This is literally the same brush, one of the same brushes. I have this one, and then I have a little bit bigger one for bigger projects that I do with you guys. But I've been using the same brush for a year. So if you just wash it out, you can just keep reusing that guy. And I get asked that all the time. And the answer is you can absolutely wash it and keep using it, okay? So, Charlene, it's good to have you. Hi to my sweet friend Deb and my sweet friend Ramona. Hi, Lisa. Lisa, dear, you are awesome. And Lisa just reminded me, if you guys will sprinkle my video, I am going to well, actually tonight at the end of the project, I'm going to be announcing a couple of winners for some Happy Meal for me. I'm going to show you what they're going to be getting. So you guys will want to stick around to the end because you might be one of the 2 people that are going to be getting a little Happy Meal from me. So you guys make sure and sprinkle my video so that you'll be entered into the next drawing for my next Happy Meal giveaway. All right, guys, if you're new to my page, make sure that you put enough Mod Podge on. That's the secret to Mod Podge. I've heard from a lot of you that Mod Podge scares you, or you've used it in the past and haven't been happy with it. It's probably because you didn't put enough on. Make sure you don't want it oozing off by any means, but put a generous amount, okay? So hi to my sweet friend Tracy. Thank you for joining me. And Jenny, thank you, dear. I appreciate you guys. Hi, Ann. Just good to see you on here, my sweet friend. All right, guys. So I've got my Mod Podge on my bunny. I'm just going to take my pillow ticking. Well, kind of faux pillow ticking, to be honest. It's really just 100% cotton. It's not really true old-fashioned pillow ticking, but I love it. And you guys, I want to tell you something. And those that have been following me for a while know I feel this way. Your projects don't have to be 100% perfect to be awesome, all right? And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. Moment of transparency. When I cut out, and you guys would want to do the same thing, if you trace and cut out of your fabric, you want to cut just inside your pencil line so that your fabric bunny isn't larger than your wood bunny, because then it just ends up looking a little... Is janky a good word? I don't know. It just doesn't look that good, you guys. So I cut just inside my pencil line so that my fabric bunny shape is a little bit smaller than my wood bunny shape. And when doing that, I don't always cut perfect. Do you guys see that you can see a little bit of the wood around the edges? That's quite all right with me. Imperfections, you guys, a lot of times are going to be what gives your project its character, so that's okay. Now, if you were using, let's say I was using a black floral for my bunny, all right? Let's just say that I was. Instead of leaving the bunny just this wood color that he comes in the package, I probably would have painted around the edges, you know, just inside. You don't have to paint the whole bunny, but just inside, you could have painted with black paint, all right? That way you wouldn't see, if that bugs you, you wouldn't see that wood. But that doesn't bug me, and I like it, so that's okay. All right, so don't get wrapped around the axle, you guys, when it comes to perfection. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and glue. I've got just a simple little dowel rod, you guys. Not real big around, I don't know. Trying to think. It's a little bit smaller than a pencil, but even pencil size wouldn't be too large. And I'm going to take and lay it on the back of my bunny. And I'm going to take my hot glue, okay, and just put a pretty liberal amount of glue. Now, when I get to the end, down here to the bottom of my bunny, I'm not putting a whole lot because I don't want that glue to end up oozing out and being all over the bottom of my dowel, all right? So I'm just going to hold that on with some pressure here and let it dry for a few seconds or begin to dry. Then we'll set this aside and move on to one of the next steps. You guys, oh, hi, Rayleigh. You guys, my sweet little great niece is with her Gigi, who happens to be a very good friend of mine. And they are watching Rayleigh. I'm so glad you're watching, sweet girl. Your Aunt Nat loves you. I'm sorry, guys, if you're watching and you're not in my family, but that little girl has my heart, so I have to say that to her. All right, and she's my little crafting buddy, by the way, too. She and I, we do lots of crafty things together, so she's a little sweetheart. Okay, guys, so there we go. There's what our bunny's looking like. Okay, so we're going to put him aside and let him dry for a minute. And then the next thing I'm going to use is just, you guys know I love using my tin cans, right? And I've got just a piece of dry floral foam, all right? You guys can find this at Dollar Tree for $1 for a big brick, and I just literally cut off a piece of it. I'm going to put just a little bit of my hot glue down in the bottom of my can, all right? And all it's going to do for us is just secure our floral foam. I always want to call it styrofoam. It's not really styrofoam. However, you could probably just use styrofoam for this project. If you don't have floral foam, use styrofoam. It's fine. All right, so we're just going to put that down in there. And then the next thing I'm going to do, and you guys are going to laugh at me. Well, my family and close friends aren't, because they know I'm like this. So you guys remember I made the little junk journals with a couple of our grandbabies the other day? And my sweet little granddaughter punched out of one of my paper sacks this cute little shape to use somewhere in her junk journal. And I just threw it back in the closet when we were done. And so I'm just going to use that same bag. I'm just going to cut that off, all right? Because I don't need it to be that tall anyway for this project. So, good thing I hung on to that bag. You guys know that, well, you may not know this about me, but my friends and family do. I hang on to everything. And when you're a crafty person, I think that's just what you do, because I've done it my whole life. So anyway, I'm going to sit my can down inside my paper bag, you guys. And listen, you're probably wondering, could I do this next step by just putting my block of foam down in here and down in the brown bag? And the answer is absolutely you could. But I wanted a little more stability in mine, so that's why I'm choosing to put the can. Plus, I wanted my shape to be more round for my finished project instead of being in a square or a rectangle. But if you guys don't want to put the can and just want to stick your square or rectangle piece of floral foam down in the bag, feel free to do that. You absolutely can, and it'll work fine. But I liked more of the round shape that the can gives it, okay? So just a personal preference on that. Okay, so Carol, resourceful is a nice way of putting it. And hoarder is more like it, if I'm being honest with you guys. I'm quite the hoarder. So anyway, that's just how I am. Poor Mr. Stevens. But I think after 29 years, he's gotten used to it. Bless his heart. So, all right, guys. And all I'm doing, I'm just taking my paper bag and I'm just squeezing it around my can, all right? And I'm not getting too worried about what it looks like, because I want it to have that kind of crinkly, aged look. So we're going with it. I'm going to end up wrapping this down, and I'm thinking that I might want to cut off just a little bit more so it's not too bulky, okay? And you guys are getting ready to see why I did that. So now I'm going to come and I'm just going to start rolling down the top of my sack, and I hope that I've cut enough off, because listen guys, I didn't practice ahead of time. We are winging this part, all right? Totally winging it. So we'll see if I cut enough off. And if not, no harm, no foul. We'll just take it back, we'll raise it back up and cut a little bit more off if it's too bulky. But I think we might get away with it, all right? So I'm just rolling. You guys can see, literally, I'm just rolling it down. And again, this doesn't have to be perfect, you guys. It doesn't have to look perfect. I just want it where it stays up just above my can, okay? Everybody see? Can you see that? So just above, obviously, I didn't get that side too straight. All right, so I want it above my can just a little bit, because that's going to help camouflage the edge of our can. And then we're still going to do another thing in here to dress that up, okay? So now that we've got it to that point, I'm going to take some jute rope, which you guys know is one of my favorite things to use. And I am going to wrap it around. But honestly, let me see which side I want to kind of be the front of our project. And I honestly think Let me look here. All right, guys. I think I want this side to be the front of the project. So I'm just going to wrap my string around a couple of times. And honestly, I had planned on doing it up here on this cuff part. Hold tight just a second while I make a decision. And you guys, this is how it is when you're crafting. You know, you have to look. Carol, I'm glad you're a hoarder too. Hoarders unite right there. I'm not by myself. Yay! Okay, guys, when you're crafting, this is how it goes sometimes. You know, you just look and you have to, you know, start and decide it doesn't look good and go again. So I like doing this step with you guys because I hope that it lets you see that even though I've been crafting my whole life, sometimes I have to do something 2 or 3 times before I get the look that I'm really going for, that I like. All right, so a lot of times I don't practice this stuff ahead of time, and that's exactly why, because I want you guys to see the process that I go through so that when you attempt to make this cute little bunny decor at home on your own, and you have to do it a couple of times, you'll remember that I did too, and you don't get discouraged, okay? So, hi, Crystal. I'm so glad you could join me. Oh, Elaine, it's so good to see you. So good to see you. I'm glad you could join me tonight. Let's see. Where are you going to be? Stick the rest at the top of the can down in the bag. Oh, you know what, Carol? You could absolutely do that. If you want to stick it down in there, you can. But I'm going to show you in just a second what I'm going to do in there instead. Okay, guys. So now I'm just wrapping. I'm just going to tie a bow around here. Well, let me see if I can get that to look right. I'm just going to tie a bow, just like you're tying your shoe, all right? Simple, nothing to it. Okay, get that guy tied on, and then we'll worry about cutting these guys off here in a minute, okay? So, let's see here. All right, and we'll worry about the rest of that in a minute. All right, the next thing I'm going to do, you guys, is use some of this floral moss, and I'm going to hold this up so you guys can see. I actually got this at Dollar Tree also. So this big bag is $1. $1, you guys. And I've used it for several things lately. Let's just cut that. That's not wanting to open very easily. And I love it. It works out really nice, and I love it. Now listen, you guys, I could probably put some hot glue down inside of here, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to start taking my moss and just sticking it down in my can, all right? And what I want to accomplish by doing this is I'm going to camouflage the floral foam, all right? And then hide our can and have just a little bit of this sticking out. Let me get some of this out of our way so it's not distracting. Just have a little bit of it sticking out of our sack, see? So if that bugs you and you want to glue that, by all means, you glue it. But I like it just sitting in there, so I'm probably not going to glue it. Now, what you can do, and here in just a minute, we'll go ahead and get our bunny guy stuck down in here too. What you could do is spray the whole thing with like a spray polyurethane if this bugs you with it just sitting loosely. But for the most part, I don't have, you know, little kids in the house other than when the grandbabies are here, and they're really good. They don't mess with this stuff. But if you've got young kids and you're worried about that, you know, you could spray something over it to keep it in place. But I'm just going to have mine set there. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and tie off. I'm going to see if I can see this backwards. Let's see, guys. I'm just going to tie some little knots in the bottom, the end, I guess, not the bottom, but the end of my rope. I'm just going to tie a couple of knots. I am going to have to turn around, guys. Hang on. You guys, I'll turn it back in just a second where you guys can see it. But it's hard for me to do it when it's backwards and I'm trying to look in the camera on my phone. So hold tight just a second and let me get these done, and then I'll turn it back around to show you guys. So see what I did? I just tied some little knots right there instead of just having the end of the rope hanging there by itself. And I think that looks neat. All right. So guys, we're almost done. That's how fast this project is. This one does not take long at all. Okay. Let me see that rope. I love this rope, you guys. I can't even remember for sure where I got it. It is like a jute rope, but it's heavier duty. I don't know. It's not as lightweight as the one that I typically use. And so sometimes it's kind of got a mind of its own when it comes to the shape. So we're just going to leave it. All right, guys, the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take my bunny and I'm going to stick him. I'm just going down in between all this moss until I can find my floral foam. And then I'm just going to stick our bunny, okay, right down in the center. I'm going to turn it around a second so that you guys can see how it's looking. And then I think it would be super cute if we did a little raffia right here underneath our bunny. So I'm going to add that next, okay? Carol, thank you for asking. I was actually going to spill the beans on that tonight. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and tell you this real fast. So on March 7th, you guys mark your calendars now. March 7th, my sweet friend Melanie over at Melanie Ferguson DIY Home Decor, Home Decorating, it's DIY Home Decorating. She is hosting a spring craftathon, and I got accepted to present again at the craftathon. So I'm super excited about it. March 7th, I'll be presenting at 12:40 that afternoon. So you guys mark your calendars. It is a 12-hour event. It starts at 10 a.m. It's going to go until 10 p.m. 36 different crafters sharing spring and Easter ideas with you guys. And I've already seen there's lots and lots of cute things that are going to be taught that day. So you don't want to miss it. It's March 7th, and you guys are going to start seeing a lot about it from me. I'm going to start reminding you and keep reminding you. I'm probably even going to create an event on my page that you guys can click going just so you'll get a reminder for it, because it's going to be awesome. So, Carol, that is so sweet of you. Thank you so much. So yeah, I have a super cute spring project reserved to share for the day of the craftathon. So I'm super excited about it. So mark your calendars, all right? Okay, girls. So here's what we're going to do. Oh, I got to stop saying that. Okay, guys, because I get in trouble when my guy friends are on watching. They like to give me a hard time when I exclude them. So I've got to stop saying girls. I've got to say guys. And I hope that doesn't offend you girls when I say guys. So, but the guys do get offended if I forget and leave them out. So anyway, that's that. All right, guys, I think I'm actually just going to do what looks like a super simple little bow look here. So bear with me just a minute. I'm trying to think how I want to do this. Just a second, guys. See, this is how it goes. I think I'm actually going to use another piece of the raffia to tie my bow. I thought about using some of the rope, but then again, that rope's kind of got a mind of its own, I told you a while ago. So let's do it this way instead. So I just cut off a piece of the raffia, and you guys, I picked a kind of a stronger piece on purpose, all right, so that we can use it to tie. Let's see, Elaine, you used 3 cans of veggies for dinner tonight. You go dig those out of the trash, girl. Listen, you've got to be a hoarder. Ask Carol and I. Hoarding pays off, because you know what I have over here back behind this curtain, which is a mess, by the way. I cover that up so y'all don't have to look at that. Yeah, I've got empty vegetable cans, a whole sack of them, because just like tonight, you know, I'm always needing them for some project. So, girl, you got to learn to be a hoarder. And if you need any tips, Elaine and I can help you out. Carol and I can help you out. We got it down. So, yeah, go dig those out. So, yeah, Susie, we respond to hey guys, don't we? So, awesome. That's how I think too, girl. All right, you guys, let's do this. Let's give this guy a haircut now. All right. And then we're just going to take this, and I'm going to do a little bit of work on it because he's kind of weird looking. Let me see if I can get him where I'm a little happier with him. And you guys, when you use raffia where it's been wrapped up, you know, or wound around something, can get a little weird. What I do is what you just saw me do. I just kind of scrunch it. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Just kind of break it down in places, and it gets rid of some of that weird shape sometimes and makes it look a little better, I think. So, you know, just scrunch it to make it better, because that's what I do. All right, so let's see if we've got this where it's looking somewhat like a bow. Let's look at it. And sometimes even you guys on my loops, see, I'm just having to work that a little bit to give it some better shape. So you guys may have to do the same thing if you decide to do a raffia bow. Just mess with it until it looks good. Because listen guys, this couple of extra seconds that you put into working on your bow a lot of times makes a big difference on the overall appearance of your project. I promise. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take my glue gun because you guys know, anytime, this is just my opinion, my tip here. Anytime you can put your hot glue onto the project itself, especially kind of facing down like this, you're gonna lessen your chances of burning your fingers. Yeah, I've learned that over the years. So we're gonna put our glue on here instead of the back of the bow, because you put on the back of the bow and then try to keep it off your finger while you're putting it on. That doesn't always work out so well. So let's get our glue on here, and I'm just putting it right below the bunny, okay? And it's not gonna take a lot, so I'm just putting a nice little dot of glue there, okay? And then we're gonna stick our raffia bow on here, okay? And you guys, if you were following me back in the fall, you know I've already kind of shared this with you, but I've got a lot of new followers since then, so I feel like I have to show this again. It's kind of funny with the raffia. I went for years and didn't use it because I looked at it and thought, you just remind me of all the crafty things I did back in the 80s and the early 90s, and for years I didn't use it, years. But this last year, I don't know, I've kind of have a new love for raffia. So there we go, there's that. Now guys, I gotta be honest with you. When I had it in my head before I went live, I thought that I would go ahead and put something around the bunny's neck and do this raffia bow both, but I don't want him to be too busy. So you guys are going to have to help me decide. If I did anything at all, I wonder, do I just put, you know, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to want that. Oh, Ramona, a bow tie would be cute. That would be super cute. You know what? For the purpose of our live, I don't know that I can add anything to him because I don't want him busy. I just want him to be really simple. So, Joanne, are you saying no? Don't add anything. Just leave him. Barbara, no. That's how I'm leaning because I think just simple. I like simple. I like plain. I like that. Okay, girls, one more thing you've got to help me with then. You guys know I'm all into rusty bells. Like, I love little rusty bells. Can you guys see that? Okay, you guys know that even back during the fall, I was using these bells, which a lot of people think they're Christmas, but I put them on some of my fall decor, and I absolutely loved them, and a lot of you guys liked them too. So I thought I might just add this cute little bell to it. Oh, Janet, I didn't know you were on here, my sweet friend. Yes, and Katie, you like the fabric? I do too. Girls, I love this fabric. And listen, it went on so good and feels so nice. I'm not even going to put a top coat. You guys know when I use Mod Podge, especially with paper, I always encourage you to do a top coat to seal it. I'm not going to. This guy went on, I mean, it's so smooth, it feels good. I'm not even going to top coat that. Oh, Joanne, put the bell on his little tail. Is that what you're saying? Because listen, that's a pretty cute idea. Oh, that's cute. Okay, I'm going to try to hold it where you guys can see. Joanne, is that what you're saying, dear? Let's look. And you guys remember, don't run away because here in just a minute, I'm going to tell you who's getting happy mail from me. Okay, girls, I don't know if I can hold this little thing on where y'all can see him. Oh, I don't know. Can you guys see the little rusty bell on his tail? Do we think? Yes, Joanne? You know, I like that idea. I think he is going to have that for his tail. Great idea. Oh, I love that. All right, girls, hang on. I'm going to have to lay this back just a second, and then I'll turn it back around so you guys can see his tail. Hold the line. Okay, just a second here. I don't think I put enough glue on there, but I can go back and add some more. Joanne, that is a cute idea. I can tell you I already love it. That's perfect. And you guys, I don't think I'm putting anything around his neck. You guys can absolutely add something to yours, but I don't think I'm going to put anything. I think I'm going to leave this guy as is. What do you guys think? I really, really like him. That little rusty bell for his tail is the cutest thing. I love it. I absolutely love it. So, you guys, if you like this, give me some hearts and make sure you sprinkle my video to your friends so they can see it. And then tomorrow, I'll see if I can create a little vignette and use this guy. And if I can figure out something cute, maybe I'll go live with you guys again tomorrow and show you how I'm going to use it. Oh, who said he needs a name? Carol. Yes, he does need a name. You're right, girl. I need to give this guy a name. So if you guys have some ideas for what his name should be, put them in the comments, because that is a super cute idea. And you know, if I name him, I could probably come up with a cute little way of putting his name on some little wooden tag and maybe hanging it down here on the front or something. Or I could put it right here on my dowel rod. That is a cute idea. Joanne, you have got to share pictures with me, girl. You've got to share a picture if you make it. You guys, Tracy, I thought about you, my sweet friend, when I came up with this idea the other day, because it looks just like something to me that you would use in your cute little vignettes that you always put together. So, oh, Rusty, Cheryl, that's brilliant. Oh, that is absolutely brilliant. Rusty with this little rusty tail. I love that. Peter Bell tail, that's cute too. You guys are so clever. You guys are so clever. So let me know if you're going to try one of these. Drop me a comment to let me know that you're going to try making your own. Because honestly, this might be one of my favorite things that I've done with you guys so far on a live. And I've been doing lives with you guys, I don't know, maybe coming up on 2 years, I think. But this guy's probably one of my favorites because I will honestly use him. I will use him. That's why I chose this fabric, because it absolutely goes with the style of our home. So if you guys are into, a different look, more of the shabby chic, whatever, make your bunny cute little shabby floral print, and just put your own spin on it. Maybe you get some cute little lace to put around the bottom of yours where I did the rope. Joanne, if you're still on, are you going to try to do your boho look on your bunny? Are you just going to do neutral? What are you going to try to do, girl? Because I can't wait to see what you come up with. So I am so glad you guys like this idea. Okay, let me go back over real quick, and then I'm going to tell you guys who's getting happy mail from me. For those of you that joined me late, the bunny cutout, I bought at Dollar Tree. It comes in a pack of 5. There are 5 in there for $1, you guys. So I've got 20 cents in him. And then, of course, that's my fabric that I used. If anybody's wondering, I'm looking over like it's going to be over in my fabric stash where I got it. But I'm just thinking, guys, I think I bought that at Hobby Lobby. So if you like this fabric, and I just bought some more of it a couple months ago. So I know they still have it, and I'm pretty sure it was Hobby Lobby that I bought that at. I was making sure it wasn't Joann's, but it was Hobby Lobby. And then just a simple little dowel rod, and you guys can buy dowel rods at Hobby Lobby on the unfinished woodcraft aisle. They've got them, but like our local hardware store here in Jones also carries dowel rods. So you can buy them, at hardware stores, lumber yards, places like that. And then just your empty vegetable can, a simple little paper bag, and then the it's called Floral moss. I'm going to hold this up, Elaine. Dollar Tree for this big bag. So $1 for that bag. So that's where all that came from. So, yes, Joanne, you can absolutely use skewers. You're absolutely right. And I don't know why I didn't think to tell you guys that, because I thought of that the other day for some project we were doing. So thank you for reminding me. So Amy, you're going to do it. Amy, I have a feeling your bunny is probably going to look somewhat similar to mine, because I know you and I decorate our homes almost identical. So Tina, thank you so much. So you guys let me know this too, and I should have asked when there were more people on. If you're new to my page and this is the first live that you've seen, would you let me know in the comments? Because I'm just curious to know how many of you are new that are watching me tonight. All right, guys, enough with that. Let's get on to the fun stuff of announcing. So did you guys catch a couple of weeks ago when I made these cute little leather teardrop earrings on a live? Well, I've decided that I'm going to give away a couple of pair, and then I'll just make myself some more. So the gold teardrop earring is going to Miss Laura Lukens. So Laura, if you're watching, I need your mailing address. And if you're not watching, don't worry about it. I'm going to send you a private message to get your mailing address. So congratulations, Laura, and thank you so much for always sharing my page and my lives. I really do appreciate you. All right, and then I draw 2 names this time, you guys. So the cute little tassel style earrings that you guys saw me make, this is going to Saritha Hayes. So Miss Saritha, if you're watching, I need your mailing address. If you're not watching, that's okay, because I'm going to message you to get it. So those 2 ladies are going to be receiving earrings from me. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all the love and support that you give me. I appreciate you telling your friends about my page. That's that. So in a few days, I'll draw somebody else to get happy mail from me. Let's see. Oh, Tina. Okay. Well, Tina, I'm glad you could catch me live tonight. I appreciate that. Tammy, thank you so much. Mwah. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate you girls. All right, you guys. So, run to Dollar Tree. Get yourself some cute little bunny cutouts. And remember, these don't have to just be spring or Easter decor items. I'm going to use this guy in our home until I get ready to decorate for fall again. So he's going to be around for a while. So guys, and I should have told you, these are super cute. You probably already got the message by me mentioning that I'm going to work on it tomorrow, and then talking to my sweet friend Tracy a while ago. These are super cute just to include in a little vignette. So you take this guy, and maybe you've got a couple of old books that you could put beside him, and maybe some cute clay pot with some fake greenery in it. You know, use your imagination. These guys are super cute just to include in a little vignette somewhere. All right, so I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Mavis, you're so welcome, dear. You guys know the drill. Share pictures with me. Share pictures with me, because I love seeing what you guys come up with, because you guys always put your own spin on these things, and I love what you guys do too. So, and I get lots of great ideas from y'all. So share your idea. Let me know what you do to make your cute little bunny decor. So, all right. Paula, thank you. You are so sweet. And you know what? You got both of their names right. You spelled them correctly. So, all right, girls, I'm going to go ahead and get off for tonight. And if I get a chance, I'll try to come back on live with you guys tomorrow, because we might actually put a little vignette together using our cute little bunny that we made tonight. So, Barbara, Barbara, welcome to my live. I'm so glad you could join me tonight. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that's another thing I need to remind you guys, especially those of you that are new. Make sure that you've told Facebook that you want to get notifications. If you want to join my lives so that you can interact with me on the live and get your questions answered during the live, then make sure that you click the get notifications setting so that Facebook will alert you every time I start a new live video, because I love having you guys on here. So Barbara, thank you so much for following me, and thank you for joining me tonight. So, all right, I am going to get off, and hopefully can come back with you tomorrow, and we can work on a little vignette together to use our bunny decor. So you guys have a great Friday night, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.